What would I do if the phone stopped ringing tomorrow? If there's no jobs coming in, there's no new leads, nada. I would do exactly this, step by step, to get on track fast. If you've ever sat there just refreshing your inbox and wondering where your next job is coming from, not seeing any leads whatsoever on the horizon, I've been there. Listen, HVAC, appliance repair, plumbing, you name it. Everybody goes through dry spells, but there is a definitive way to fix them and to make sure you're getting leads when you need them, where you need them. Okay, first thing that I'd do, I would go for the people that I already know. Chances are you've got family, friends, neighbors, past customers that you can turn to. What I would do is I would actually text everybody right away. Hey, I've got a few open spots this week for X, being whatever the service you provide is. And then just ask, do you know anybody that needs help? It's simple, but real talk, I've filled weeks worth of work on my team's calendar doing just this. So don't overthink it. What I would do next is I would create what I call an SHTF offer, right? Other words, shit hits the fan offer. What do I focus on? What type of service do I focus on providing if everything else goes awry in the business? If you're a member of our school community, you've probably already seen me talk about the difference between SHTF service models and evergreen service models. In this case, what we really want to do is we want to whip up a no-brainer, low barrier to entry offer that the customer just can't refuse. This works best with evergreen services for the fact that they are simply just evergreen. They're always great to do at the right price, at the right time. Whereas SHTF services are kind of tougher sell because in the case of appliance repair, your dishwasher is either broken or it isn't. There's no Schrodinger scenario where it is, but it isn't at the same time, and maybe who knows until we open it and check. So what I would do is I would focus on one specific thing that can always be sold in whatever service you're doing. Certain things like pressure washing, gutter cleaning, etc., can be done almost year-round. Window cleaning, right? For appliance repair, which is, I think, a tougher niche to find something like this, I would probably focus on maintenance. And so how do we really make this service a no-brainer? Well, first and foremost, great. It's a service that's in demand, but it has to be done at the right price. So obviously, offering a steep discount is a given. If my calendar is empty, my phone's not ringing, and worse off, I have a team of guys who are waiting for work and they've got to feed their families, I'm really in a position where I can't be too choosy with how much profit I take or don't take. Now, obviously, I'm not saying you should work for free, but come up with a price that works great for the customer and for you. For example, one of the things that we use actively in a lot of our appliance repair companies is we use a $50 all appliance inspection, which sounds kind of crazy up front, but really when you kind of peel back the curtains, you realize it's about a half hour of work. It gets my guys out there and doing something. I'm willing to take a lesser cut in the commission to make sure that they're making money and that they stay consistently busy even throughout the dry season. And the reason this works so well is it actually leads into creating new follow-on services. It's really just a foot in the door offer to get you into the customer's home and to get you doing some kind of work. And in most trades, you're able to take that and then gradually build on top of that with either upsells or with add-on services, or in the case of appliance inspections, it's kind of straightforward. We find something wrong with the appliance. Guess what? We're probably going to fix it. And we're probably going to charge money for fixing it as well. All right, so you've got your offer. What do you do now? The easiest way to get a customer is not to wait for the customer to come to you. It's not to pay for marketing and ads and then build a whole giant slate of SEO copy and wait for it to actually get ranked and picked up by Google. Instead of all this, we're going to go right to where your customer likely already is. Where is this? Well, Facebook groups, Reddit groups for your local community, maybe even for your city. Maybe there's a small business networking group. I'm sure there's lots of realtors that you can find on Google and call them up and talk to them and say, hey, I have this crazy offer for my customers and I'm looking to develop new business relationships. Maybe this is something that's useful to you or your clients, or even if they manage any properties, maybe they're already in need of your services and you'll call them at the right time. And if you don't like digital, there's always things like community boards. So you can go to find a billboard at a cafe, some sort of local supermarket, grocery store, laundromat, you name it. And there's lots of places where you can leave your offer or some sort of collateral describing your offer, describing what it is. And believe me, you are going to get called. And last but not least, and I think this is kind of slept on in the industry right now, but door hangers are very powerful. Surprisingly, they're very limited to a few niches as to who actually uses them on a recurring basis. I don't recall the last time I've seen a plumber leave a door hanger every time they went out to a customer. But guess what? There's a very good chance that the person living right next to your customer is also a great potential client. Door hangers cost nothing. They're like 5 cents a pop. Print a bunch out, carry them with you, and every time you service somebody, just stop by the neighbor's place, hang it on their door, go to the next door over, hang it on their door. It doesn't take more than an extra 30 seconds. And believe me, it works wonders. All right, so by now you're probably starting to get some phone calls again. You're in a good place, great. But this is really what matters. When those jobs come in, you need to treat them like gold. Sure, you're not making the same amount of money as you would on a lot of your other customers, but at the same time, these are the folks that are going to be the backbone of your business when everything else fails. So what I mean here is you want to show up on time, you want to be friendly, you want to leave behind referral cards, you want to do great quality work. And at the end of that job, you need to be sure to ask them for a Google review. Because at the end of the day, you don't need hundreds of leads. You really just need the right few and to stack them. So now that you're back in motion, don't coast. Every day, set aside a little bit of time, maybe at the start of the day, and plant a seed. What I mean here is that you want to keep building up this base of customers that will be there whether or not your marketing works, whether or not your ads run dry, whether or not your website just magically falls off of the annals of the internet. So drop off some flyers, hang up some bulletin boards, call your local realtors, go on Facebook, participate in a small business community in your locale, because your future calendar is really built by what you do today. And if you stay consistent, you're never going to be in a spot ever again. So look, if your marketing lights ever do dry up, it's not the end. It's an opportunity to reset, go back to the basics, figure out what in your foundation are you missing, fix it, and build. If this helped, leave us a like and drop us a comment with what you do when your leads slow down. And you want access to all the swipe files, templates, automations, and even our 8-module course for how to take your business from zero to hero. Join our free school community. You'll connect with other trades business owners, get weekly insights, and we'll be able to help you build a bulletproof local service business that doesn't rely on luck. Links below. See you inside.